You got it.
1 second, Coach. Let me take you off mute. All right, you're on.
God, this is really spooky. That's not me, right?
We just got Mike Silver.
What's up, Mike?
Yeah, it's a speaker view.
Just Pete and Mike talking. First off, we heard about James White's just horrible thing that happened with his parents tonight, and we want to make sure and recognize that the players don't all know yet, but they will. But that was such a horrible situation for him, and we hate to hear that kind of news. So it's a terrible deal. So I hope he's, handling it okay. This was really a really an amazing game. It's so, for the fans out there, we missed you so much. I can't tell you how much, we're so used to this extraordinary following and crowd and energy and juice and all that. And so I don't know if you saw our guys, but our guys were trying to fill in for you. I just wish so much that you'd have been there for the last play of the game. I just think it would have been just so crazy for all the fans. But I hope you went nuts and did what we were talking about doing and enjoyed the heck out of it. Against a really, really difficult defense to deal with, that they've historically been really a problem. Russ had a terrific night again, and the pass protection was excellent for us all night long, handling all the stunts and the pressures and the different things that they do, the variety of things they do. So a really big night for us to handle those kinds of problems. And Russ threw 5 touchdown passes tonight. It was just, you can just see that he's really in command of what we're doing, and his receivers came through beautifully. Gosh, there were so many big plays and great catches. DK's bomb, the one to David Moore, the great catch David Moore made on the 3rd down play, took the ball off the top of the grass. And so many guys. And Tyler had a good game too. And then we got Chrissy again in the end zone on a big play and a great throw and catch and route and all of that. Just the throwing game is really alive. But it might not surprise you for me to say that we rushed for 150-something yards tonight. And, man, that kind of balance is just so good for us, and it makes our team the way we are. And so Chris and Carlos and Homer, they ran their tails off. And so it was a really cool night of football. I'll get to the guys that got banged up in a second. Defensively, that first touchdown that happened, the turnover for the touchdown just kind of loomed significant throughout the night, and it just kind of kept them in the game and hanging. We had a chance to kind of separate, but that we gave them 7 points, and so I love the way we bounced back from that and responded. We were clear about responding, and the guys did it and executed really well, and Russ led a great drive right after that. But that 7 points just kind of seemed to just hang all night long. So it made it a really tight game. And, you saw some great players. I thought Julian Edelman was just spectacular tonight. And what a great football player he is. And, and of course, he's getting the ball thrown to him too. And Cam did a beautiful job of that. But Julian Edelman was just unreal. And so we need to give him a ton of credit. For our guys to hang all the way to the end and have to go all the way down to 2 seconds and no time left on the clock and the whole thing, last play of the game, it's an extraordinary moment for football players and for a team. And, you either come through or you don't. And there's so much intensity in that moment, and the guys on the field will never forget it. That was just a moment. From what I understand, I didn't get to see it clearly. LJ had a great play there and got clean in the backfield and got to the QB on a play that they had been real successful on. Other guys got up in there as well, but I don't know exactly what happened, but I do know that everybody was fired up about LJ's play. So it's good to see him contribute in that way. Quinn Dunbar had a nice pick tonight, almost had 2. And you saw the significant difference when we didn't have Q Diggs back there. We got in trouble on the back end a couple times tonight and gave him some easy stuff that we should never have happened. And unfortunately, he had to sit out the game because of a hit that was, I'm sure, the right thing to do by the league and all that. But unfortunate, and it made a difference. Really disappointed in Marquise Blair getting banged up. I don't know how serious it is. He'll be getting tested MRIs and stuff like that to check out his knee. He's been such a cool part of this team already in this early part of the season, and such a significant part. The other side of that is Ugo Amadi came in the game to play a spot and did a really good job. Had 8 tackles and a tackle for loss, and had a really good game for us, and had a couple good pressures and all of that. We're going to really ask him to step up and be a factor for us. Leno Hill had to jump in and play too, and you know, at least he did a good solid job for us. I got to see what the mistakes were back there in the back end to know more about it. So also, I thought special teams was spectacular tonight. Nick Ballore had 2 big tackles. Cody Barton had the hit of the night, a fantastic hit. Our coverage was great. Mike punted the ball great, hung him deep a bunch of times, and just controlled the field really well. And again, Jim Meyer did, you know, he did his thing, hit everything, and so we're really happy with the kicking game, and really happy with the energy and the juice that it provided the stadium and for our guys and all that. But the last thing I say is we really miss the fans, and we can't wait to get you back sometime down the road.
John Boyle.
Yeah, Pete, just the game DK Metcalf had going against obviously one of the best players in the game to put up those numbers. What'd you think of that?
I don't even know what you said, John. Say it again, please.
Sorry, the game DK had going against Gilmore and putting up the numbers, a big touchdown, just to for a second-year guy to go against a player of that caliber.
Yeah, I thought it was really a fun matchup to watch. They were battling right from the get-go, almost duking it out right off the bat. They're both so hyped up to go at one another. DK played a great game, made some great plays. The touchdown pass that he and Russ hook up on is only maybe as perfect as the one they hit last week, you know, and a fantastic play, but a great night. And I thought DK was really competed. Like, this was a great game for him to go against a guy like that. It'll be significant for him moving forward.
Art Teal.
Don't get
Can you talk?
Art.
Can you talk about the decision to go for it on 3rd and 1 with the pass to Lockett on your last possession?
Yeah, we had other routes on that got covered and coming underneath, and Russ just, you know, he knows the concept so well. He knew he had a one-on-one with Noe, and that just shows you the kind of confidence that he has in throwing it. But we got kind of jammed up on the things that we wanted to just make the first down. So that was his 3rd choice, and the way I see it, you know, you have to ask Russ about, you know, you guys can ask Russ about how he saw it, but that's how I saw the play.
Joe Fan.
Pete, what do you make of the pass rush, especially down the stretch? Like came like quite a bit of time.
We struggled, and you know, they did a nice job against us. They're historically a really good pass pro team, but that means both teams were good pass pro teams in the first 2 games. You know, so we just got to be creative. We got to work more stuff to help those guys out. They're trying like crazy, and we'll see. Let me get to the film and evaluate it.
Any update on Bruce?
I'm sorry.
Any update on Bruce?
He has a sprained knee. Was what I was told.
Tim Booth.
He was walking around, was in the locker room and all that afterwards. So we'll see what happens.
Pete, you mentioned it briefly, but what was your view on the hit or the penalty that Quandre had called against him? And when he left, what did you think you were missing in the back end?
Well, no, I couldn't see the play. I mean, everybody saw the play, and they went all the way to New York, and they made their decision. So I'm sure they made the right decision. I mean, he knows he's got to keep his head out of those hits, and he just got so jacked about the setup that he just didn't quite get it to the side like he needs to and make a shoulder hit out of it, first off. But he's just such a steadying force, and he's so good on the back end. He's so good on the deep ball. We got out of whack a few times, and you know, so we have to clean that up. But the fortunate thing, he'll be back, you know, and he'll play with us next week, and away we go.
Brady.
Pete, is there a specific fear of the injury that Marquise had? Do you guys know what that could be?
Yeah, what do you mean? It's a knee injury, you know. I don't know how serious it is. I know you're trying to ask a regular question there, but it seems, you know, yeah, he's got a knee injury, and he's going to get MRI, and we'll find out what it is. I'm sick about it. You know, this guy's just getting started, just getting going with us, and it's a real shame.
Curtis Crabtree.
It's probably you know, fairly serious because they had to, you know, help him off the field and all that kind of stuff. So.
Thank you.
Pete, you touched on it there a little bit, but the battle between DK and Stephon Gilmore, the physicality of it, 2 of them scrapping into the bench and everything, and seeing him kind of step up to the challenge. What was it like?
I can't focus because I'm looking at that mask. That's not a Patriot thing on there, is it?
No, it's Mount Rainier.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's sweet.
I just, just the battle between DK and Stephon Gilmore with them scrapping in between plays and the John and stuff too, and just kind of the physicality of that whole matchup, knowing he had to rise to the table of that.
Yeah, I think it was an illustration of two real freaking warriors that wanted to go at it, you know, and it's a cool part of the game inside the game, you know, that that matched up like that. They both knew all week long, I'm sure. We didn't know till the game started, but we figured it would happen. And then, you know, they were so hyped up, they got kind of pushing and shoving right off the bat. And we talked our way through that, and we didn't want DK to lose the chance to play this, you know, the game that we wanted to play by getting out of whack. And he did a great job of he didn't back off from a second. You know, he just played really good football, and it was a great matchup. I don't even know. I don't know how many balls he caught, or about 4 or 5 or something like that. Yeah, you know, but the big play was, you know, the touchdown was a great play. But it was just a cool battle to watch. Two really, really terrific football players going at it.
Greg Bell.
Pete, Jamal Adams, he probably personally saved 6 points for you tonight. The blitz that he ran down Newton on, the 2-point play, third down stop in the flat. Where would you guys be with all that's going on in defense right now without Jamal Adams?
We don't have to even consider that answer. He's doing a good job. He needs to clean things up. You know, there's a lot of football out here that he's working on to get right, and he's an incredible football player. And I mean, he's got 20-something tackles in the first 2 weeks. You know, and 2 sacks. They got another sack too, right? Yeah. I don't know. He's a fantastic player, and we love him. And he's such a such a igniter, you know, of the energy on this team, and our guys really feed off of him and all of that. He's a complete competitor. I mean, from every aspect of it, and as far as I can tell, in 2 weeks, and I'm really thrilled that he's with us.
Dwayne Brown came back in. Is he okay long term?
Yeah, he got rolled up on, and I'm not sure if it was his ankle or what it was, but he got rolled up for a bit, and in an unfortunate situation. I know it pissed him off and all that had happened, but he got back out there and finished the game, did well.
Thank you.
Bob Condotta.
Yeah, Pete, just their last play, did you sort of anticipate they'd put the ball in Newton's hands like that, or did you think something else might be coming there, or what did you kind of see?
We took a shot at that play, yeah. We took a shot at that play. It had been real successful for him earlier, and so we got after it, and the guys did a fantastic job of adjusting right there on the fly, and we got it done. It was an amazing play, amazing moment. I'd love to go back out there and do it all over again if we could.
Last one for Michael Sean.
Bob, I don't think we can do that, though, can we? We probably. I don't think. Anyway.
Hey, Pete, to prepare your receivers for the physicality of the New England DBs, did you guys do anything different in practice this week? Maybe have your DBs kind of rough it up a little bit more?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we did. We did, man. We played man-to-man the whole time, and really called on the matchups to be physical and use the style that they play with. There's some things about their play. Yeah, we really did. We made a concerted effort to try to get them ready for the mentality of it, and our guys answered the call. They did great.
Thanks.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay. See you.
David Moore.